Did you know that? In world history, there have been numerous large kingdoms. Today, let's dive into the fascinating history of the second largest kingdom ever recorded. The Mongolian Empire, a force to be reckoned with, stands as a testament to the might and power of ancient civilizations. At its peak, this empire triumphed over the British Empire, controlling vast territories spanning millions of kilometers. With a population of approximately 100 million people, the Mongolian Empire stood as the most formidable power of the Middle Ages. The Mongol Empire was established in the 13th century, precisely in 1206, by the legendary figure, Genghis Khan. However, it was under the leadership of Kublai Khan that the empire reached its pinnacle of glory and prosperity. Kublai Khan served as the head of the government from 1260 to 1294, guiding the empire to unprecedented heights. Let's take a closer look at the fascinating history behind the establishment of the Mongol Empire. Originally, the Mongolian nation consisted of various nomadic tribes, whose primary occupation revolved around herding livestock. These tribes would migrate and adapt their living arrangements according to the changing seasons, residing in temporary tents. However, the coexistence of these tribes was not always harmonious. Frequent clashes and conflicts arose due to various issues and disputes. It was amidst this backdrop that Genghis Khan, born into poverty, embarked on a journey to change his fate. Through sheer determination and hard work, Genghis Khan rose through the ranks and eventually became a military commander for Tugril, the chief of the Kare tribe. From this point onwards, Genghis Khan began to expand his influence, employing both diplomatic negotiations and military conquests to unite the nomadic tribes under his rule. After successfully consolidating his power and authority, Genghis Khan officially established a government in the 13th century, marking the birth of the Mongol Empire. The Mongol Empire, a force that would shape the course of history, had officially arrived. The rise and expansion of the Mongol Empire, under the leadership of the formidable Genghis Khan, the Mongol Empire experienced rapid growth and development within a remarkably short period of time. Genghis Khan's reign was marked by numerous conflicts and wars, including expeditions that spanned from the Western Xia Dynasty in northern China to the Khwarezmia kingdom in Persia. The Mongol imperial troops, consisting of highly skilled horsemen and archers, proved their prowess in battle time and time again. They emerged victorious against formidable opponents from Iran, Russia, Eastern Europe, and China. What began as a small country in East Asia eventually expanded its dominion to encompass Eastern Europe, Central Europe, the Sea of Japan, the Arctic Ocean, the Indian continent, mainland Southeast Asia, the Iranian Plateau, and the Carpathian Mountains, reaching the borders of Northern Europe. The golden age of the Mongol Empire came during the reign of Kublai Khan, who ruled from 1260 to 1294. Kublai Khan earned a reputation as a great conqueror and was widely accepted by the local communities. After ascending to the throne, he actively invested in public facilities and infrastructure, including the establishment of schools, expansion of the surrounding areas, introduction of banknotes, and implementation of policies to stimulate economic growth. As a result, traders from China enjoyed a safe and prosperous environment, and the Mongol Empire made significant contributions to global culture. Kublai Khan also fostered trade routes and exploration activities in the Far East. And he even appointed the Italian explorer Marco Polo as a court official. Marco Polo served the Mongol Empire for approximately 16 years before returning to his hometown of Venice in the 13th century. During his time in the empire, Marco Polo embarked on successful invasions of Southeast Asian and East Asian countries, significantly expanding the empire's territory. In addition to his conquests, Kublai Khan became the emperor of the Yuan dynasty in China. In the 13th century, he officially declared the establishment of the Yuan dynasty, which followed a fairly traditional governing style. Kublai Khan also relocated the capital of China to Beijing and successfully conquered the Song dynasty in 1279, unifying the entire nation under foreign rule. The collapse of the Mongol Empire was a complex and multifaceted event. Let's take a closer look at the factors that contributed to its downfall. 1. Civil War. During the reign of Genghis Khan, the empire was divided into 4 branches: Yuan, China; Chagatai Khanate, Central Asia; Ilkhanate, Middle East; and the Golden Horde, Europe. Each branch was entrusted to Genghis' children and relatives, who were responsible for its management and control. However, conflicts and disagreements arose among Genghis Khan's brothers, leading to internal strife and war. For instance, Hulagu Khan, the ruler of Baghdad, sought to expand his influence into Saudi Arabia and Israel. Unfortunately, his plans were thwarted by Berk Khan, a fellow Mongol, who intervened and put an end to Hulagu's ambitions. 2. Rebellions erupted in various regions of the empire due to a sense of neglect and unequal treatment by the Mongol rulers. The centralization of power under Genghis Khan's rule left some regions feeling marginalized, as communication and transportation facilities were not evenly distributed, hindering community activities. These grievances eventually led to widespread rebellions. In Yuan, for example, Han generals and oppressed peasants rose up against the cruel rule of the Mongols. In Europe, resistance movements emerged among Russians, Ukrainians, Hungarians, and Bulgarians, determined to free themselves from Mongol hegemony. The Mongol hold on power began to crumble, and only remnants of their influence remained, such as the Tartar tribe. Similar rebellions occurred in Arabia, where Mongol nobles who had converted to Islam often fought amongst themselves for power. These internal conflicts ultimately weakened and destroyed the Mongols' position in the region. 3. Changes in vision. Originally, the Mongols aimed to instill fear in nations worldwide through their ability to bring about total destruction. Their goal was not to establish new governments, but rather to maintain a decentralized system of control. However, when the empire was divided into 4 regions, a shift in vision occurred. Mongolia now aspired to become a country with a centralized government system. This change in direction created numerous challenges and conflicts within the Mongol leadership, further destabilizing the empire. 4. The rise of new powers. The decline of the Mongols became more apparent as new powers emerged on the world stage. In Europe, Tsar Russia successfully united the country and expelled the Golden Horde, which had been their primary target during their quest for revival. In addition, the rise of Islamic empires, particularly the Ottomans, posed a significant threat to the Mongols. The Mongols felt overshadowed as these new powers gained strength and influence. Even in China, the Ming dynasty emerged, replacing the Yuan dynasty, which was often seen as a foreign government due to its Mongol origins. In conclusion, the collapse of the Mongol Empire was a result of internal conflicts, widespread rebellions, changes in vision, and the rise of new powers. This once mighty empire, which was the second largest in history, eventually crumbled under the weight of these challenges.